what it do to me. Yamagini dream was a nightmare. He was dancing with the devil for his life, yeah. We all on the dance floor. Girl, come with a dance. Puerto Rican in the breathing heavy. Little am I looking dead.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. The Broncos will kick. Here's Brandon McManus to start us, and we are off from Denver. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Detroit! Here we go now. Green 39.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And this one grabbed by Darren Fells. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Here we go.
A first down throw for Mayfield. Room to run past midfield. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to go out of bounds. He takes this one down shy of the 20. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Mayfield on first down. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy. And can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Here we go, boys. Hey, let's go.
So they get the INT. Now here's Keenum. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 23 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
We go side. Like 20.
On first down, it's Keenum. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. First carry of the game here for Royce Freeman. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers. Throwing on third down, Keenum.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle. Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They do go for it. It's Keenum. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and that will force a turnover on downs. Cleveland Browns coming back on offense. That gives us a chance to look back at their victory again from last week. They had gone 635 days without a win.
Hold on a second. How many days?
635. but now, you know, after this 3-game stretch, they've had their 1-1 and 1. They could be 3-0. People are saying, geez, Charles, why can't they win 7, 8, 9 games?
Yeah, and I think that's a legitimate question. And I also think it's one that the Browns will talk about behind closed doors, but we won't hear it out in public. There's a quiet confidence starting to build with this team, and it's happened over the last couple of years, even though they had the lousy year last season. The drafting got better, the pickups in free agency. They just feel good about who they are, and let us not forget, drafting Baker Mayfield at number 1, there's something about him. He has that it factor, and Cleveland's starting to follow.
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Von Miller coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
So what's the word I'm looking for here about how this drive just started?
Disjointed?
I'll go with that one. I mean, think about it. First down, took a bad loss on a running play. Take the sack on second down. Now they got to come up with something big here on third.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. That is caught by the former Gator, Antonio Callaway. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
4th down, Mayfield. And he's got his tight end in Njoku. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now.
They'll run for it with Hyde. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
They get it to him running left. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Carlos Hyde, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Let's assess what the Denver Broncos have done so far this season as they come back onto the field here, Charles. Got off to the 2-0 start. Last week, though, the offense really wasn't clicking. Baltimore's defense was really good, and the Ravens got the 27-14 win.
Yeah, and that was a big one for Baltimore because that got them back on the beam. For Denver, they can regroup now. Remember, they had won the week before in an exciting game in their division against Oakland when they kicked the field goal at the buzzer. Now they get another divisional game coming up with Kansas City. That'll be at home before they go to the Jets. Dangerous with the new rookie quarterback, Sam Darnold. And then home for the hard-charging Rams. Maybe the best team in football right now.
Certainly that Broncos defense will be tested against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Throwing right side, that's complete to Darius Thomas. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch the football. He's pretty impressive.
And his friends call him Bebe. The nickname is up. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Domata Peko, the one to get him down. You know, CD, Carlos Hyde, he will not forget August 20th. 98 yards rushing in that game last week, 2 touchdowns, 1 win for the Browns. But most importantly, a baby boy was born, his son.
So let's applaud the fact that Carlos Jr. arrived, but let's also applaud Carlos Jr.'s timing. Because he waited for Dad to have that performance and was born after that. Dad left the stadium, got to the hospital, and was there when Jr. got there. And don't forget, Thursday, that day, was Carlos Sr.'s birthday. He was 28 that day, so you mash it all together. A monster day for him. And guess what? If I were Oakland next week, I'd be really worried. He might be a little short sleep, and he's going to run angry.
Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. Third down, Mayfield. Got an open man, it's Ratley. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Damian Ratley, 56 yards. And the Browns add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Extra point safely through, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And on the return, here comes Adam Jones. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And that's incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and that'll bring up second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Keenum rolling to his left. Looking again for Thomas. This time complete. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. Keenum now on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Keenum again here on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lindsey. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On 1st and 10, Keenum. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To the air again, Keenum. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Keenum again. And he comes back with one complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Keenum throwing once more. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Travis Carey. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They start the drive with Hyde. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Final play of the half, Mayfield. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think that they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 39 that time. Now a play fake here on first down. Going for it all. Got his man. It's Thomas. Touchdown, Denver. Demaryius Thomas, 26 yards. And the Broncos draw a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
McManus's point after is good. And it's now 13-7. Now McManus on to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They'll try to fire up the running game with Hyde. He finds an opening past the 40. It's a big run there by Hyde. Give him 42 yards on the ground.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They run again with Hyde on first. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Hyde. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 6 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run it. Here's Hyde. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
All right, here we go. 2-90. 2-90.
Attempt carry for Hyde. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Mayfield just getting the play off. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Derek Wolfe, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield, and that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. And Denver getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. On play action. Now Keenum. And that is incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Very left, very left.
They fake the handoff. Now Keenum. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again, and that takes us from second to third down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, 52. Down. Get hot. We're good. Hey, down. Hey, go, Roger. Very left. On 53.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And this will be caught at the 30. And he takes this down deep into Cleveland territory. It's a big play. Keenum to Thomas. 41 yards. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. From the red zone, it's Keenum. This throw caught right around the 6. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Again, Keenum. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders from 4 yards out. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. So very late in the game here, but with that score, some light at the end of the tunnel.
There's still hope. Now they look at the score and say, hold on a second. This thing's not over yet. Let's keep battling.
A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And the lead is down to 2. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 39. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
No. Check. Patriot. Barney. Set. Blue 90.
First down, a run with Hyde. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Adam Gotsis, the big Aussie, in on the tackle. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
No. Check. Patriot. Hurry up. Here we go. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Here's Britton Colquitt now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Keenum on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now Keenum finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Keenum. And this is caught. Demaryius Thomas. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. He's got it at the 15. They give him a gain of 38.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Hey, let's go.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Back to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Right 3. Right 52. Get hot. We're good.
Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Terrence Mitchell right there on the coverage. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Keenum got to have this one. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
They'll give to Hyde. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Again, it's Hyde. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. The Browns on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. All right, now, lucky.
Mayfield. He's got his tight end, Njoku. He finds some open field here. And he's going to be taken down deep into Bronco territory. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. National Football League, Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
NFL 19.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles.